No one will notice if you look on the other side. And no one will know what we're talking about because she's going to look on that side the entire time. So no one's going to know what we're referencing.
Which is going to be really hard because all my merch is on this side over here, so I've got to like scoot over and look
over here.
Jessalyn painted on her face.
Okay, so I'm helping at my church's VBS this week, and they put a little heart on my face.
She's turning into Elphaba. All that singing is getting to her skin.
Bella's like, she has to be green because she's Elphaba. And y'all hear my voice going out?
Yeah.
Noah, you should see me. I'm like Napoleon Dynamite up there. Like, Illumination Station. Join the
I remember
celebration.
you were practicing that in front of us. And that
I've
was
got like
not
all
embarrassing.
3 of them down pad now. It's a workout. I've taken a nap
Napoleon
every
Dynamite
day.
reference is appreciated, though. I love
it. Is.
Napoleon
It's very much like doing this the whole time.
Canned heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, today we're going to be giving our trip report. I'm RJ, by the way. That's Noah over there, as you can tell by his name tag. And Jessalyn is in this recording sort of below me, but then like she may be above me in the thing.
I'm right beside you on my side. So.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows the positions he's going to be in when we actually get to the video. But tonight we're going to be talking about our most recent trip to Disney World.
There's not mine.
Yeah. And then Noah will come back in a few weeks and give us his
2 days after this comes out, I will be at Epcot.
And he will be doing something very important that we have assigned him to do.
Be very important, and I will be stuffing it in someone else's suitcase.
Yes, you will be. You've got to find a way to get it home, Noah.
My luggage will not be over 50 pounds, okay?
We need Sam Eagle, the popcorn bucket.
I need him so badly.
A salute to all popcorn buckets, but mostly the Muppets.
I want to put him in my office.
All right,
you guys need to watch
today
more
we're going to be...
There's so much goodness. There's so much goodness in the Muppets because
we only watch the Muppets with your family.
Yeah, but you have to watch the Muppet Show because Sam Eagle has special presentations of the news and like special historical facts, and it always goes wrong. It's great.
Let's have a watch party when you get home from Disney.
You think I'm not up for that? We can watch Guardians of the Galaxy and the Muppets, so it kind of covers all bases.
I told Spencer I'm just waiting for my invite.
Well, so tonight we're going to be doing our trip report podcast, but let's talk a little bit about the news that has come out this week because there's been a lot of news when it comes to the resort guest in Disney Springs.
Oh, it's that, yeah.
Okay, so I feel like I want to address this because I think that it's I get why Disney is doing it because some of those hotels are getting overcrowded. Look, at one point I've seen lines up to an hour to get a beignet at French Quarter. So I can sort of understand trying to limit the amount of guests that can go to resorts by just limiting it to if they have a dining reservation or a hotel like they're saying as a Disney resort. But Disney came out this week and said starting June 28th that they're going to be limiting the buses from Disney Springs to not allow people to go to the resorts from the Disney Springs buses unless they have a hotel reservation.
Does that go for boats as well?
Yes.
Because it does? Okay.
Well. But like we did that when we were on our last trip. We took a ferry boat, but we were a hotel guest at French Quarter. So we were able... No, I'm sorry. Port Orleans. Yeah, French Quarter. So we took a boat from French Quarter to that. But from my perspective, it was extremely frustrating because the resort ferry boat took forever to get on. I think we went through 4 boats before we finally got on ours to get back to our hotel from Disney Springs.
The line was backed up all the way to the pathway of Saratoga Springs just to get on.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just to get on the boat. Yeah.
So I can sort of understand Disney's decision to do this, but at the same time, like it's also extremely frustrating for people who just want to go to like French Quarter and get a beignet. And I feel like they're going to be losing money. And then today I saw that Disney cast members are now standing in front of the pools and verifying if they have a hotel reservation before they're allowed to enter the pool area.
Which I didn't even think that was a problem. Like I thought you had to scan your magic band to even get into the pools. You don't?
Well, some of them you do, because I know at the Polynesian you had to.
Right.
At the
Yeah.
Polynesian you have to tap your magic band, and mine never worked, so they always thought I was lying and a cheat. But then I
Yeah.
would bring someone else whose magic band worked, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you can come right on in." I'm like, "Yeah, I bet I
Well,
can."
I remember the very first time we stayed at Coronado Springs, we had to do that. But on this past trip, the gate was unlocked. We didn't have to
Right.
do it.
I've never
So-
been to the Polynesian and it been like where you didn't have to tap your magic band. That could just be
Yeah.
because it's a deluxe resort, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, some of those nicer pools you've always had to do it, but yeah, with this pool you haven't.
And the slide's in a volcano. Come on, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
So anyway, starting June 28th, you have to just drive there or take a ride share or something like that starting after June 28th. And a lot of people are mad about it, and understandably so. Like for some who are flying, like Noah, when he goes out there for his cruise, he's going to be flying. He loves to go over to the French Quarter and get some beignets. And if he's not staying at the French Quarter, it's limiting his ability to get there. I mean, he could
Now,
go
is it
to
all resort guests, or like, can you only take the boat if you're only staying at French Quarter? It's not as long as you're staying at a Disney resort.
So
don't have an
it
answer for that.
says on the signs Disney Resort, and it's technically only from Disney Springs. So I mean, technically, if you're staying at another
yeah.
resort,
And if you're
you
going
could
to a
go
park.
to a park and then take a bus back. And so it's the same level of convenience in some regard, because it's like you just have to go to a park and then jump on a resort bus. But still, it's just kind of annoying for those who like just come for the weekend and are staying at a hotel off property to be able to go to any of the resorts,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. We had some friends of ours who just recently did that, friends and family who just recently did that, where they went and just visited some of the resorts and just like resort hopped for a day because they didn't have a park ticket. And I think that that's awesome. And I love that people do that. And they just jumped on some buses from Disney Springs and went and did it. But like
One
now
of
they're going
our
to be
favorite-
limiting that.
Yeah, one of our favorite trips was when we just did a resort for the weekend, and we hopped to
Yeah.
different resorts and checked it out. Because you pay a lot of money to stay in the resort, so you want to enjoy that aspect as well. So there's, like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I get it, but also like I don't want to ruin other people's magic. You know what I mean? Like they're fun.
Yeah,
for the weekend.
it's like twofold. It's on the one hand I hate it, on the other hand I get it. So yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about our trip. So we went to Walt Disney World over the summer. Jessalyn is a school teacher, and so she is not always able
News
to
to
go
me.
to the parks during the school year because she doesn't have like she has a limited number of PTO hours that she can take within the school year, and it's more limited for teachers than what it would be for like regular employees who work, the whole year round because they get a summer break. And so she doesn't have a lot of PTO off. So a lot of times we have to go during the summer. Is it our favorite time to go?
No.
Absolutely not. And
It's
we would
quite
rather
possibly our
bullets.
least favorite time to go.
Yeah.
It's only good when you have a not so scary reservation at the end of the night. That's the
That's
only time you're
true.
like, oh, this heat feels wonderful because I'm going to get
Yes.
candy tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So why don't you talk about what our trip looked like? How many days did we go? Like what
Okay.
were the
So, this trip was actually, now that you asked me how many days, was it 8 days total that we were there?
We left
I
on a
think
Saturday, came
we
back
left on
on
a
a
Saturday.
Sunday.
Yeah, so right about 8 days. It was one of our bittersweet trips because we have been annual pass holders for a couple years now, and we love being annual pass holders. We've decided not to renew our annual pass for this upcoming year. That doesn't mean we're not going to Disney anymore. We are still going to be going to Disney. We're just not going to be going to
Do
Disney
not
as
worry.
frequently
Yeah.
throughout the year, as many times throughout the year as what we have been doing the past couple years. So this was kind of like in our mind, this was like hey, this is our last time as pass holders. So let's just go all out. Let's enjoy the trip. Let's do things we haven't done. Let's, have fun now, think about it later mentality, and so it was nice in that aspect. We stayed at 2 different resorts. We'll get into all of this. We did new dining reservations. We got to experience a bunch of new release, and so it was just, in my opinion, it was probably one of our best trips that we've had. And I know we're going to get into weather and everything and with that too, but even weather, I only felt like one day I was absolutely miserable. Overall, I just think it was a great trip.
Yeah. And we had a lot of really cool highlights that we'll talk about, and some ideas that we had. Actually, Jessalyn had one really good idea that we'll talk about a little bit too. And so, yeah, let's jump right into it. Let's start with the weather. Okay. Florida weather during the summer is just awful. And Noah, I'm sure as you're planning your trip, what are some things that you do to plan for a summer trip?
Well, personally, I think it out. I don't really do much personally, but most people will like get like the neck fans or the under the shirt fans where like clips onto your shirt and shoots nice air up your shirt.
Yep.
Sometimes, unless you're outside, because then it's just like 90-degree air going blowing at you.
And those fans are so beautiful.
And then a lot of people also get the cooling towels because you can take them into the parks and then get free Disney water, and you can dip the towel in the free Disney water that tastes awful, and then you just put it around your neck and it feels a little better. But there's not much escape. There's nothing you can do to prevent the heat, unless you're going from store to store to ride to store to store to ride. You have to get in the heat, and that's just kind of something you have to deal with when you're going to Disney World in July.
Yeah. Just talk about what you did to deal with the heat in Florida.
Well, my skin is very fragile, and so when it comes to heat, I I went to Sam's Club and bought like 3 massive cans of sunscreen for this trip because I knew I needed it. And then my first full park day, I forgot to put sunscreen on. I got burned so bad. Look at my wrist, Noah. Can you see like my obvious tan line?
Oh my word!
I had one on both arms because I have a watch on one hand and then my magic band on the other one. But I got burned so badly that first day. I was like, I cannot believe I did that. But one of the things that I use to help escape the heat is that fan that Noah talked about that you can stick on your like pants and it blows air up your shirt. But you can also like wear it around your neck and things like that. The last day we were there was our hottest day. We did not have, it was a Magic Kingdom day. We did not have Lightning Lane.
Magic Kingdom's hot. Magic Kingdom feels hot every day.
Yes. We didn't have Lightning Lane that day, so we had to wait longer in lines. It was a Saturday too, so just like overall, we knew what we were going into that day. But Big Thunder Mountain was open, and so that queue is pretty much all outside with no shade because the theming is desert, right?
Yeah,
and so
it's great theming.
Yes, I actually have this photo. I'm going to see if I can pull it up here in a minute while we're talking. But at one point, all 3 of us had our cooling towel on, and Bella had hers wrapped around her like she was Mary, from like a Christmas play, like wrapped around her face. RJ was the same, and I had my Minnie Mouse ears on, and I had it like draped over my ears, and it was like a curtain. I was like, I am burning in this queue right now. It was
Fun
so
fact, while
funny.
you pick up that picture, every Big Thunder Mountain across the world has a vintage mining equipment from the 1800s.
Huh.
Oh.
And they're all worth over like $50,000 to $80,000.
Here's the picture of me and RJ with our cooling towel.
There's a Star Wars character that looks exactly like how you're wearing it with your ears on, and it's really funny.
Anyway, so that was pretty hot.
Brutal.
But, going into the trip, we knew, because we've been in the summers, RJ said my career, it's easier for me to take long vacations in the summertime. And so we knew going into the summer that, hey, you're going to have to prepare for rain. And we had that mentality. I bought Bella a brand new poncho for this trip because she's growing and the rain jacket's just not working for her anymore. We did not get our ponchos out one time. So that is like really, I mean, yeah, it was good. I love that because I freak out about the weather when I'm there anyways. But like, that was like really surprising to us that it didn't rain as much. But I will also say too, we went the first week of June. It's hot, but it's not near as hot as what's going to be in July. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
might have had something to do with it too.
I'm not going during July. I go the last day of June.
And
I imagine the weather will be
So,
much better.
we thought by going the beginning, because last time we went was like the second week in June or July, I think. And we're like, maybe if we go the end of May, the beginning part of June, it'll be a little bit cooler. It was not. It was the same. It was the same. Like one day I looked at the weather and it was going to be 97 degrees with like 70% humidity. And I was like, oh man, this is brutal. And there's like, I feel like Epcot is pretty good for the hot weather. I feel like there's a
Yeah.
lot of indoor things at Epcot. I
Yeah.
feel like, or like water type things, like when you're
Mhm.
talking like the outdoor things are like Moana's Way of Water, where they're perfectly
Yes.
cool still.
So
But
I did just pull up the weather for when I'm going to the parks. I'm
yeah,
going next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then we leave the cruise on Saturday. Oh no, we leave Wednesday. Yeah, it's confusing. Wednesday, 50% chance of thunderstorms with 92 high. Thursday, same thing. Friday, same thing. Saturday, exact same thing. So
Well, you're going to look at that tomorrow. It's going to be completely different.
probably
right.
it says
You know,
thunderstorms
yeah.
every day next week.
Like
So who
when I
knows?
was looking, even like 3 days ahead for our trip, it said it was going to rain every single day while we were there, and it didn't rain one time. So
Orlando
Yeah.
it's
weather's
just
just
going to
crazy.
change.
That was the
Yeah.
crazy part about Florida. Like Florida, usually every afternoon it rains for at least a little
Mhm.
bit. But this
Right.
trip, it did not rain at all in the evening time, which we thought was absolutely crazy.
Mhm.
Because we were ready. We had ponchos, we had changes of shoes in our backpacks every single day. And towards the end of the week, we're like, do we even need to pack this today? Like we
know.
haven't had one rainstorm the whole week. That's crazy for Disney World because we normally have to deal with that all the time.
But that last Saturday that the heat was so bad, I mean, we were even willing to wait in a 60-minute line for Tiana's just because we wanted to get wet on the water
It was
ride.
so
It was
hot.
so hot that day. And my Cindy Smith influence was rubbing out on me that day with all the people. I was not in a people mood that day because the heat was so bad. I know we can talk more about that later, but RJ was like, I need to either feed you or get you in a cool place right now.
You know what has both? Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe.
Yeah.
We didn't
went
go
to
to that one
Pecos.
this time. Yeah.
Oh,
But okay, so it was very hot, and the crowd levels weren't that bad until that last day, I feel like.
Yeah.
So
I
it
agree.
wasn't too bad. The whole week actually, it was pretty good crowd wise. But we'll talk about that in just a little bit. All right, so we did stay at two different resorts. We stayed at French Quarter and we stayed at Coronado Springs. I think I've gotten to the point where Coronado Springs is just my favorite resort. Like,
French
but we
Quarter's my
stayed at
favorite, I think.
we stayed at it a lot. We really have. So like I like French Quarter. I like a lot of the other ones too, but I think Coronado Springs is probably still my favorite of all of them. Just because it's easy to get into, it's always a good price. And our location for our hotel was just
Oh yeah, it was a great location.
absolutely
The
amazing.
rooms, I am not disappointed in our stay at Coronado Springs anytime. I think I'm just getting to the point where we've stayed there so much, I'm ready for something new.
Yeah.
But I mean, the
and
rooms
French
are
Quarter
big.
has beignets.
They do have
Mm,
beignets,
That's
but our
true.
room French Quarter is a moderate and Coronado Springs is a moderate, but your room at Coronado Springs is a lot bigger. So it has that deluxe
It
feel
feels
for a
that way,
moderate
right?
price. And so, I mean, we were not uncomfortable at French Quarter by any means. The remodel looks amazing.
Doesn't it look great?
But
It's awesome.
it does. It does
Only
look
problem
really
is
good.
it doesn't have the trundle bed.
That's okay. We don't need the trundle bed. We're good. But
Well,
but I don't know. I'm not disappointed we had a great distance to the bus, great distance to even one time we had dinner at the main cafe there at Coronado Springs, and I told RJ, I was like, let's see who can make it back to the room faster. If he drives back to the room and Bella and I walk back to the room, and we beat him driving. So
Yeah.
yeah. So it just
It's
was
the
a great
scanning thing.
location.
The scanning thing took forever. But
Sure.
I just looked it up.
yeah, that's
and
what it was.
Port Orleans French Quarter and Coronado Springs rooms are the exact same size.
Really? I do
Really?
think that the French Quarter
Hmm.
bathroom was bigger than the Coronado Springs bathroom.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I feel like the layout may be different. The rooms are the same size,
Okay.
but Coronado Springs, the bed area where you like have all your, I feel like there's more storage space maybe in that room. Like the countertop extends a lot further out, and we have more counter space to put like snacks and magic bands and pins and all that stuff in Coronado Springs. I feel like than we did in French Quarter, but
Yeah.
both rooms are very very nice. I think like I've gotten to the point where moderate or deluxe is where I'm gonna stay, and I don't really love anything else. Like value resorts are just too small for me. Like when you're talking strollers and magic bands and pins and backpacks and rain gear and snacks and everything else that you have going with you at Disney. It's just a lot of stuff. So we stayed at the two different resorts. We just did one night at French Quarter, which was fun. It was a lot of fun. We went and did the ferry boat to Disney Springs. We had a good dinner at Deluxe Burger. I had this amazing burger. We're not going to talk about all the food we ate right now, but I had this really like this was like the only burger I had this week. But I had this pizza burger is what it was
Ooh,
called. Okay,
that sounds good.
let me talk about this. So it was like a regular burger with a square mozzarella stick on top of the patties, and then like a pizza sauce on top of that,
That sounds incredible.
and pepperonis in the middle of the two, like the burger patties and stuff.
That
And you
sounds
think that sounds good?
awesome.
That sounds bad. It sounds like it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. Jessalyn, do you have the picture?
I have the picture. Do you want to see the picture?
I
Yeah.
would love to see the picture.
That was the mozzarella stick that just like
Oh
was
my
on top of it.
gosh.
It just like
That
had
looks incredible.
and it was amazing. I highly recommend it. I think
I
it
love
was an
Blaze Pizza
amazing.
at Disney Springs. That's my favorite place
Yeah.
to eat.
Yeah, we every time we go though, we walk by the Polite Pig and we always say, "Oh man, we need to go there
We need to
next
try
time."
that,
That Polite Pig just smells incredible. So we did that Disney Springs that night, and then we rode it back to our hotel, and I think we got
We got
beignets that
beignets.
night, and
Mm-hmm.
but we
Aren't
were
they
so
awesome?
full, it was almost like the beignets weren't as enjoyable because we had eaten so much at Deluxe Burger. I feel like
Oh, I
they
want a
were still
beignet so bad.
amazing, but like
So
we were
good.
just so overstuffed from Deluxe
I
Burger.
heard
It was
somewhere
good.
that they use pizza dough to make some of their beignets.
Oh,
Really?
Because that's what the recipe online for the gluten-free ones was buying a specific pizza dough brand. And you
Interesting.
fry the pizza dough. Isn't that
Huh.
interesting?
That is
Yeah.
interesting.
All right. We did this for a specific reason, and that was because Cool Kids Summer, during the summer, they offer this deal where you can, the day of your check-in, go to a water park for free. So what we did was we drove out there on Saturday, and we got to French Quarter. We had our little evening at French Quarter, and that was after a long day of driving and
Mhm.
like a day of sitting in traffic for like 3 hours. It felt like it was supposed to
Yeah.
be a 7, almost 8 hour drive, and it ended up being almost a 10 hour drive to get out there because there was a wreck on the I-4 and there was a fatality. So
They
they
Lord.
closed it
crammed
down completely.
they closed down all of the I-4 and crammed everybody from 4 lanes down to 1 lane and
Oh.
1 exit, and then pushed them all through like this back roads in the city to get back on the highway on the other side of the fatality, which that's terrible. Like, somebody.
But an hour of
Right,
traffic,
but-
that might be worse.
Well,
It was
no,
bad.
but yeah, it was not fun. So we ended up getting there. We did that, and then afterwards we went to
I just realized what Noah said.
I was thinking that. I'm like, she's acting weird after I said a joke like that.
She's agreeing with him. Wait a minute.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
I remember
So-
being ticked off sitting in traffic. I mean, the reasoning is terrible.
issue at
And
hand,
after
yeah.
I found out the reasoning, terrible. But I was like so mad. I was ready. We
Yeah,
were an
'cause we didn't
hour
know.
away. We were an hour away, and it took us an additional hour to get there. So
Yeah,
2 more
but-
hours.
we didn't know why the traffic was backed up. Like, we just were in traffic and it wasn't moving. So it was just like terrible. Okay. So we did that because we wanted to go to the water park, and we went to Blizzard Beach again because that's where Bella would be the most comfortable. And this time I didn't get strep throat and wasn't running a fever. So I
That's
actually
good. It's always
really
nice when that
enjoyed Blizzard
happens.
Beach. We should probably have a whole day where we talk about Blizzard Beach and the water park
agree.
and all that, those extra amenities that we can talk about. So we won't go into that. We'll probably have another episode where we talk through those. But it was an enjoyable experience. I really
I
had
would
fun.
highly recommend that you do your trip that way. If you're going this summer, split it so that you could have a full day at the water park. There were many times, especially that Saturday, where I was like, I just want to be back in the lazy river. Like, that's just,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about that water park a lot. It was a really nice water park. And, you getting in free, like that's just unheard of. And so,
The the new Lakeside Lodge Hotel opening across from Magic Kingdom, it's going to have like a 30-minute long lazy river and an entire
oh man,
splash pad.
I want that. I
It
will
looks
be
great.
there.
It looks
Yeah.
great.
I love me. I'm not a good swimmer. I can swim, but I'm not like a great swimmer. So you put me in a float and just let me drift, carry me away. I am good.
Sail away, sail away.
Yes,
All right.
sail
So the
away.
next part is Jessalyn's favorite part of the whole thing, and that's going to be our schedule and planning strategy. She just loves this. It's her favorite part of going to Disney is scheduling and planning. No, but we had a plan to do one park every day, and our first couple of days we decided to do Lightning Lane. So Sunday we went to the water park. Monday and Tuesday we went to Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom, and those were our Lightning Lane days. So for our first days in the parks, we did Lightning Day lanes, and we had booked those 7 days ahead of time on the app, and did that and had our rides planned for that. Now I did it right at 7 a.m. and I got terrible lightning lanes, which is not normal for me, but they were just later in the day for the ones that I got. So they were like our first Hollywood Studios day. I think our first lightning lane was like, what was it, 11:30, 12
Mhm.
o'clock?
Yeah.
Like, it was really
Wow.
late in the day. So we decided to rope drop as well. So like Hollywood Studios Day, that first day we rope dropped Mickey's Runaway Railway, and got the early park entry for our hotel. So we did that, and then we pretty much got everything we wanted to done that
Is
first
that when
day
you
at
got our
Hollywood
popcorn
Studios.
Yes.
buckets?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember, let's see, early entries 8 o'clock that day. And so
yeah,
I remember texting your mom and uncle and telling them at 9 o'clock, like, it's 9 o'clock and we've already done 4 things already. Like, that was just like how
yeah,
low the crowds were. On top of, I mean, our lightning lane wasn't until later that day.
Mhm.
So we felt very good about our decision to get lightning lanes our first 2 days because we were able to get in literally everything that we wanted to get
yeah.
in, so that the
The
rest of the
first
weekend,
day.
the first day, yeah, that Hollywood Studios, same thing for Magic Kingdom. I think like there was maybe one thing at Magic Kingdom where like, let's just wait and get this on Saturday, but
Yeah.
that was our decision. We could have waited it out. We just didn't want to. And so we like, I don't know. It was just we did everything we wanted to that Monday and Tuesday, and then the rest of the week it was just kind of like, what do you want to do now? Like it was just very laid back and enjoyable.
Yeah, so we did like Elsa's little show. We did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We did Star Tours like within the first hour of the park opening.
Yeah,
It
Star
was
Tours.
so quick.
Bella
I have
loves
my
Star
star speeder right
Tours.
there. I have my star
So,
speeder right there.
Yeah.
It
but
watches
When we
me
like
come
during all the
over,
podcasts.
the only thing we didn't get done that day that we wanted to was just because we decided to wait on it because we wanted to do it with our villain shirts was the villain show. And
yeah.
the Muppets ride, I
Rock and
don't
roller
think that
coaster.
the first day. We'll talk about that in the new ride section.
I love
But
that.
yeah, so our But yeah, so that was our plan. We were doing 2 days at Hollywood Studios, 2 days at Magic Kingdom, 1 Epcot day, 1 Animal Kingdom day is kind of our park strategy. The first 2 days that we were in Magic in Hollywood, we decided to do the lightning lanes. I don't regret that, and we got pretty much everything we wanted to done because of the lightning lanes. And then that way, the next 2 times we went into those parks, it was just like, what do we wanna do a second time? Like, what do we enjoy that we wanna continue to do and do it again, that sort of thing, so it was
I
a lot
even
more
really
enjoyable
felt,
that
was
way.
it the Hollywood Studios day or the Magic Kingdom day when it came down to after we had gotten so much done, at one point I remember looking at you and saying, "Well, do you even wanna book anything else?" Like, I mean, it was just like we had
Yeah.
Yeah,
done everything, and, like, the things that
Mhm.
were left were, like, Barnstormer or whatever, and so we're like,
Yeah.
"Do you like, is there a point? Are we fine?" You know, like, so it was good
yeah.
timing, I feel like.
Yeah, so I think our park strategy was the same that it's always been, but it was just really enjoyable and balancing in the parks thing. The other thing we did that I really liked is we did Wednesday at Animal Kingdom, which was midweek for us, and we got back at, like, 4 o'clock to our resort, maybe even earlier. I feel like it was
Mm. Yeah, I
3 o'clock
feel
maybe
like it
that we
was a
did.
little bit earlier, yeah.
Where we were at Animal Kingdom for most of the day, mostly for the Bluey stuff, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But during
Oh, the
that
blue stuff
day,
seems cool.
during that day when we were there at Animal Kingdom, we decided to go back and just chillax at the hotel for a little bit. And then we went to Coronado Springs Pool and just kind of cooled off because it was so ridiculously hot the whole week. And so we went back and just kind of relaxed at the hotel for like an hour, changed into our bathing suits, and ran to the main Coronado Springs Pool, which is awesome. And
Yeah.
we jumped in. Just when we jumped out, some kid had an accident in the pool and they kicked everybody out like 10 minutes after we left. So
That's
it was
awesome.
it was
Perfect
awesome.
timing.
Like we had just gotten out and then they're like, yeah, so this kid, oh man. And so they didn't tell us that. They just kicked everybody out for
Yeah.
unscheduled maintenance.
Oh,
Uh,
no.
and
Unscheduled,
so
unknown, and surprising maintenance.
All right, so yeah, I think we did a good job with that and like balancing out our parks and just our rest time, so that we enjoyed everything until the last day. I feel like the last day was the most miserable day, and I only feel like that because it was so stinking hot.
It was
Yeah.
Like
hot,
it was
it was
crowded.
crowded. It was, I
Yeah,
mean, we've been there one other time where it was worse than that crowd-wise. I'm thinking back to our trip in September when we had mom. It was like it was another Saturday we went to Magic Kingdom, and the crowds were just like, because when we started Saturday morning, it was low, but in the afternoon, it's like all your locals came, and so that's when things just got pretty heated in many
yeah,
ways and
Hey,
miserable,
that's a good play on
and
words.
and, yeah, but I still feel like, I mean, we left the park early on Saturday. We left around 6, maybe 7? I don't know. And, we,
oh my
um,
lord.
and, I mean, I still left that park thinking I did everything I wanted to do. I have no
Yeah,
regrets,
Yeah.
yeah.
so.
All right, we'll talk about attractions in just a minute and some of the new things we got to try. Let's talk about character meet and greets, and we can talk a little bit about the Bluey and Bingo stuff. But we got to meet a lot of characters on this trip. We won't talk about the Bluey and Bingo one here. We'll talk about it actually and the new stuff that came out.
Did you
So
mean to
anyway,
skip over Cool Kids Summer? Do you wanna save that for later?
oh, I did not mean to skip over that. Cool Kid Summer. Let's talk about that
How
first.
dare you
I
skip
because
Oh
I
something in
man,
the
do
show
wanna
notes? I
no, no, no.
I
saw
I
that
want to
too.
highlight it.
well, I wanted
So
to mention something this year about Cool Kids Summer,
yeah,
and I
Chick-fil-A
don't
chicken
wanna
nuggets?
hey, I have something to say about that too. Remind me when we come to food, okay?
yeah,
And so,
Oh, yeah.
um, last year I went on and on and on and on and on about how much I loved Cool Kids Summer, and I meant it, and this year it was just alright. Like, it was kind of a
Really?
disappointment. I feel like they
Hmm.
did not do as much this year as what they did last year. One
yeah,
of the things that was a real big bummer is that last year, Bella got all these, like, gift bags at our hotels of fun things inside of them. And they were only giving those out at the value resorts this year. And so Bella
Oh,
didn't get
Value
one at
or deluxe? Some of the value and then some of the deluxe, but not the moderate.
not the moderate. So Bella didn't get any on this trip, and they were cool because they were like drawstring bags. And so I was like, oh, I want one of those. Yeah. So, but we didn't get that. And then last year, like at every restaurant, they had people walking around with coloring papers and like pens and stickers and stuff like that. And we didn't see. I think I saw that one time
No.
at
So
Deluxe.
they were at every restaurant we went to, but the problem is they were all standing in one spot. Like they weren't walking around like,
Oh yeah, you had to go to them.
"Oh,
That's
I'm so
right.
sorry."
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like it was just a little bit different. Excuse me. I'm
that's
sorry. I didn't mean to
weird.
sneeze like that way.
Just
Yeah.
everyone's standing there with like buckets full of things, just standing there
It was the
awkwardly.
same part like from last year. It was like a basket that they had all these arts and crafts stuff in, but they would just stand at certain locations. So like when we went to Connections Eatery, for example, they were just standing next to the trash cans with this basket and this little table with like different arts and crafts that you could pick up if you wanted to. But the year before, they had come to your table, they would bring you little treats or like little coloring sheets and crayons and hand them to you so that you could work on them while you were eating. And it was like really, really cool. But this year it was kind of a letdown when it came to the restaurant side of things.
I
There
felt
were
like
some,
too they Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
well, I was going to say there were some upsides, but let's talk about the other thing that I found a disappointment. Like Bella last year got a tattoo from the water park that
Oh
was a
yeah.
cool kid's summer tattoo that like could have lasted her a month if we would have let it because that's how awesome of a tattoo it was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
Like
ended up
it
taking it
stuck
off when
on
we
her.
got home on that trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it was not going away. It was super awesome of a tattoo. This year, the tattoo rubbed off the same day she got it. Like it was
Aw.
gone.
Like
And
like
so there was
30
little things
minutes
like
after
that that
she
were,
got it. Yeah.
and so we were like, we'll go back at the end of the day, like when we're leaving, and we'll get you another one. But by the time we came back around to
They were
leave, the
gone.
table was gone. And so
Mm.
it was like last time we got it on the way out and they were there all day. And so I feel like they were cutting the times a little bit shorter
Yeah.
too. And that was a disappointment as well.
That's sad.
Okay. There were certain things that were cool, certain things that were a letdown. The other last negative was that, well, I feel like the Jesse's roundup was just chaos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that space was just too small for a
Oh.
big kids roundup like
Well,
what they have at
yeah.
Goofy's Community Core Hall.
So you've been inside of there before, right, Noah? I know
Yeah, the
it's a
Diamond
big trick
Horseshoe?
or Yes.
Yeah.
So, like when you walk in, there was only one door that you could walk in, and there was only one door that you could walk out, which was totally different than Goofy's
Mhm.
Communicore or whatever. So you walk in one door, and then as soon as you walk in, you're greeted with chairs. They just have chairs lined up immediately in the back for the parents to sit in. So the ballroom area is very small but empty, and that's where the kids are supposed to play. But it's like you had to crawl over people to even get to that area. It was crazy. Like it just was not even like Disney laid out, like their
Mhm.
typical style. And so by the time we crawled through, like all they had was like a tic-tac-toe board up and like a bean toss, like a bean bag toss. And
It's
so
basically what they do at resorts, like, every night.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's what it
so
felt
and
like.
then it like I was very sensitive to smells that week, and it was something smelled really bad in that room. And I
I
was
think it's
like,
just sweaty kids that were like
yeah,
hundreds of sweaty kids all in one packed room.
they didn't
And then there
have
were
any
the kids were just
entertainment. They didn't
nasty.
have any crew cast members out. They didn't have anything like that. And so we were like, let's go. Like, let's
Yeah, we
not
walked
stay
in and
in
walked
here.
out.
And then okay, so then like as we are walking out the exit door, which is open, I mean like Bella's not even totally across the threshold yet. Someone comes out on the stage and Bella's like, "Oh, I want to go back." And so we turn around and she's like, "You have to go in through the other door." And we're like standing at the threshold of this door and
Oh
we're
my
like,
word.
"Okay." And then at that point I was like, "I'm not crawling over any more chairs. I'm not doing that
No.
today."
No,
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Well, they had a rotation of entertainers, and we weren't there during the entertainers part of it, so maybe that would have been a little bit cooler. I just felt like the space was too small for it. Like Communicore
Yeah.
Hall is perfect for Goofy Core Hall or whatever the entertainment that they have for that.
Yeah.
That space is perfect for it. But the horseshoe Diamond Horseshoe was just too small of a space for how many kids
I
they have
believe
at.
that. It's not a really big space
Yeah,
at
yeah. I
all.
feel like they should take that old Stitch Great Escape that they
Oh
have
yeah, that'd be great for it.
into a break room. Like that would be a great space that they can convert for like that sort of event type thing. Anyway, let's talk about the roaming characters that they had out for Cool Kids
I
Summer though.
do love that aspect of Cool Kid Summer.
Yeah.
I love that characters are out and about and they're
Mhm.
just walking out and about. I told
So
RJ
where
because
was
like
this exactly? Are there like specific areas where specific
All
characters would be?
over. No,
all over.
Really?
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, let's talk Animal Kingdom for just a minute. You
Yes.
scan into Animal Kingdom, and immediately where you scan in, and then you have 2 tree paths that you can take.
Mhm.
But there's like one guest service area right there where you can grab your map first. Rafiki's just walking around.
Really?
Timon at the end
Yeah.
was just walking around. Yeah. And
Wow.
so like things like that. Pocahontas was out. We got to see her. We hadn't met Pocahontas before. So like the roaming of the characters, I told RJ, like, you go to Disney, you expect as a kid that, hey, I'm gonna see these characters. This is their park. And so like having them actually walk and talk with the kids, super, super cool. Super cool.
Mhm.
I love it.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
what they
think
do at
the
Disneyland a lot.
courtyard, yeah, the animation courtyard added a lot to that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we'll talk
excited to
about
see
that.
that. That's one of my most favorite things I'm going to see when we go.
Yeah.
Because
It's a
I
We'll
little
want to see.
definitely
chaotic,
talk about that
but
in just
we
a
can talk
minute.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. The other thing that was cool is like we were in line for Peter Pan, and Peter Pan literally came up with Wendy and was just talking to people in line on while we were waiting in line for the ride. Or
That's
they
cool.
had like one time when we were walking out of Hollywood Studios, we went to go walk out, and right in front of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, they were having Dopey Meat and
Grumpy.
Grumpy Meat on
Wow,
the
those
other
are rare
side.
characters.
Yeah, and
We
so
were
like they had a
next
lot of
in
that.
line to meet them, next in line, and they took a break, but then they brought Jasmine out, and
Oh,
so we were like, okay, that's fine.
that's good. That's a good trade-off, I
we
guess.
like
Especially for
Jasmine.
especially for Bella.
Yeah.
And then as we were walking out of Hollywood Studios, we look over to the right, and Tiana and Prince Naveen were
Wow.
just standing at the entrance taking pictures with people. And we're like, no way. Together, they were standing there taking pictures. We're like, this is
Yeah.
awesome. So they had a lot of those roaming characters where you could just take pictures with them and like
Mhm.
see them around the lands. And that was just so cool. And they do that for Cool Kids Summer. And I think that that's just so worth it. Like meet and greet sort of things that we got to do. We got to do the exclusive.
We
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting into the next section, but
Well,
yeah,
that's okay. I'm good to move on to the next section. I don't have much
yeah.
more to say about Cool Kids Summer other than
Goofy
Goofy's
Communicore Hall
Communicore was
is
awesome.
awesome.
You just
It's
Yeah, I've
gotta
heard
do
great
it.
things from that.
It's
You should
awesome.
just go in there, even though like you and Ethan and Chris are too like old for that. Maybe
Am
No.
it's
I have
appropriate.
I have
No.
a toy. I have
But
3
like
toys around me right now.
all day entertainment. We went through like 3 rotations of just sitting
Mhm.
in there watching. While Jessalyn and Bella went and met with Moana,
I've
I
never
just sat
stepped
there
foot in
for a little bit.
Communicore Hall yet. I've never
Okay,
been
so
inside.
it is an awesome space. And so they've got this like middle section where they've got like this DJ cool dude or whatever, and he's just there and he's like the MC for the whole event. And then they have staff everywhere. So there's like probably 6 staff members that are walking around playing with the kids and just interacting with the kids. And then they'll do like where there's just music playing and toys that they can play with. They'll have Goofy and Max come out and play with the kids for a little bit. They'll have the just cast members like running around playing games, like organized games with the kids.
Mhm.
Like, and everything is so well structured and organized and just like super Disneyified, well done.
Yeah.
That was why I think we were so disappointed, because we kind of expected the Jesse's one and Magic Kingdom to be the same, and we were a little disappointed, I think, just because the space was so small. But like Goofy's was just so much better. If you're going over the summer and they're doing Goofy Core, go to Goofy Core and just let your kids play. I think it's so worth it,
Sounds
and it's
good
a
to me. I
lot
mean,
of
I'll
fun.
go play. I mean,
And it's like it's fun for me to watch Bella enjoy that. So that was the cool things. All right, we kind of talked about meet and greets. Is there anything else you want to do? We did a Disney exclusive Visa
oh yeah,
card
that
holder with
We met
Stitch.
Stitch.
is
Yes.
That
that
was pretty.
still above Figment?
No, it's
No, that
by
one was
Ola. There is one of those. So the one that we're talking about with Stitch is at Hollywood Studios beside Olaf, where you can meet
Gotcha.
Olaf. And then
Oh
you
yeah, yeah,
have
yeah.
one at Epcot beside Figment, and they rotate. So we've heard, we didn't do that one, but we've heard that during the week it's Chip and Dale and their 50th anniversary. And then on the weekend it's
Yeah.
Daisy and Donald.
Yeah, oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, in their
Yep.
yeah.
50th. Which
Yep.
honestly, that's their
50th.
like best outfit I've ever seen them in. I
We did
like
a
the
lot of
colors.
character meet and greets this time
We did
around,
a lot.
and they were awesome. We didn't have one that we
I
regretted, and we're gonna.
I need to
don't
meet Sorcerer Mickey again.
I don't have
We did that.
my it's like too far for me to reach and I don't want to get up right now, but I did a new thing because, with us being annual pass holders, and I know that you can relate to this too, Noah, because I've seen all your autograph books. We have a lot of character autographs. And so it got to the point with
Mhm.
our trips where we weren't meeting as many characters because we're like, oh, we've already met them. We already have their
Yeah.
autograph. So I did this new thing where I got this frame off Amazon for like $7. It had a big mat inside of it. I took the mat out and I carried it in my backpack, and that's what we had our characters sign on this trip.
Oh, that's
So we
nice.
met a lot of characters. I'm going to get one of our photos developed from this trip and put it in that frame and hang it on the wall. But we met a lot of characters like Bruno. Bruno was walking around Epcot, and Bella was like,
Really?
Bruno, yeah.
We
So,
don't talk about you.
yeah, she
Yeah.
loves Bruno. So we met a lot of characters. We met characters that we've met before. We met rare characters that we've not met before. But
I've
that
met
was
some
fun
really
on
rare
this trip.
characters in my day.
You have.
Yeah.
I've seen your book.
Mhm. The
All right.
Figure and Dan and the Modal Nodes. That might be the best one.
All right, let's talk about new attractions and all the new attractions that we got
There's
to try.
so many. So
New
many have
show.
opened the past like month or two.
Can I stop? I want to do something that we haven't done and talk about something that we did that was really super cool. And this was Jessalyn's idea. And that was we like to record videos of Bella doing different things at Disney World and like take pictures and all that. But I bought this DJI Mic Mini that I was going to use, and we used it to try and record some intro videos with Noah, and then it didn't work out. And
I look like a fool
we
walking
never-
around Pandora, and then they're like, guys, I don't think we need to do an intro anymore. Now that's our turn.
So we walked around and we
Jessalyn.
bought it for that purpose, and then we ended up not using them. But this trip around, we mic'd up Bella, which was
Oh, that sounds
probably the
fun.
coolest thing that we've ever done. And so part of that is in relation to the Bluey meet and greet. We did that with the Bluey meet and greet. Because the Bluey meet and greet is not just a normal meet and greet where you just go and take a picture.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
can
a
play
whole
keepy uppy.
play thing. And so we mic'd Bella, and I recorded videos of her following her around. And that's just more for us than anything else.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want to share that on a public page or anything.
Yeah.
But it was really cute to hear her interaction. So like we did like one where we mic'd her up at Lion King. And you should tell that story, Jessalyn, of Lion King and what happened with
Okay,
the show.
so I will say that Noah gives me a hard time about my buttons that I love to get on all my trips, but my
those
buttons,
buttons.
yes, have not let me down. Okay, so on this trip specifically, legitimately, we were celebrating our 10th anniversary, and so RJ
Yeah.
and
2
I
weeks ago.
had our no, it was
No, it was that
it was
week.
that week. It was
we
that
was-
week.
Yeah.
So we were at Animal Kingdom on a Wednesday. Our 10th anniversary was on Thursday while we were at Epcot. And so we had our anniversary buttons on. It said 10 years on it. And so we're walking into, in fact, we were trying to bypass Africa and go to Pandora because we're like, let's start there this morning. The lines were really low. And then as we're walking by, they were like, hey, we're starting a Lion King show. And it was just getting ready to start. And RJ's like, or I think I told you, RJ's like, let's just watch this really quick. We're right here.
Yeah.
So we don't have to wait later. So we parked the stroller. We're walking in, take literally like almost the last people in. And this cast member stops us and the couple behind us who are also celebrating their anniversary. And she was like, "Can you guys just come with me?" And we both are just like looking at them like, "Are you going to tell us we can't go into the show?" Like, this is how quick, like, we
Yeah.
were, or close we are to
We
start
were
time.
already like past her and she was like, "Stop, can you guys come with
You
me?"
need to
And
come
we're
with
like,
me.
"What?"
And so we're like, they're going to tell us we can't watch the show. We're like right here, you know?
Yeah.
And so she's like, no, it's good. I promise. And she got in her headpiece and she was like, "Elephants, I have your lions." And we're like, "What?"
No, she said
What does
she
that
said she had
mean?
her elephants.
Oh,
Yeah,
she had her
because we were
elephant or
the
something like
elephants.
that. And so next thing you know, a cast member is coming to get us and they put the three of us on the front row of the Lion King show. So we are right there
Aw.
on the floor of the Lion, like the singers and the dancers are dance. I could touch them. Like they're just like right there in front of us. And then they
Wow.
put the couple that was also with us behind us. Um,
You guys got the
but
better seats out of the special
we
people.
did get the better seats out of it.
Yeah.
And so, because she'd asked us, she said, "When is your anniversaries?" And they're like, "Ours was last week." And I was like, "Ours is tomorrow." And so they put us in the front row and we mic'd up Bella and we're recording. Well, then they picked Bella to do the kid dance where they walk
Aw.
around the whole, where it's not a stage, I guess,
Yeah.
room.
The
Okay. They
floor,
walk around
yeah.
the whole room and they're like playing their instruments and stuff like that. So we had Bella mic'd. And so we're getting like the instructions of the cast members. We're getting like Bella laughing as she's shaking her little shaker. It was like the coolest
That
experience
is awesome.
ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
So
So
we did
cool.
that for a bunch of the different shows. So we did that for Lion King. We did that for the Bluey meet and greet. We did that for the Frozen show. We did that for a lot of the shows where we would just mic her up to hear her reactions.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
honestly, like you're recording the show, sure, and you're still getting the sound in the background of the show. But the louder thing that you're getting is like Bella
Is
when
Bella.
she's singing
Mhm.
Elsa, like along with
That's
Elsa, the
cool.
Let It Go songs on the show. And I'm saying to you parents now, like that was the coolest thing that I think I've ever done. Buy a $100, $60 mic up your kids and record a video of the show. I didn't record it of Bella. I recorded it of the show, but you get to hear her little voice reacting and
That's awesome.
doing that. And I think it was probably the coolest idea Jessalyn's ever had. The only time we were worried about it was the Bluey game, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but like next. But yeah, like the mic, she was worried about it falling off, but that magnet is ridiculously strong. She was hitting it, she was jumping up and down and dancing and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. A ball hit it at one point and it didn't budge from like her
Playing
little
keepy uppy,
magnet.
probably.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Probably.
It was, and so
That's the only game I know.
all right.
That's the only words I know from
So
Bluey.
let's talk about new attractions, rides, stuff like that. We'll talk about Buzz Lightyear first. So Buzz Lightyear, they did a renovation with the targets and the guns and stuff like that. It felt like the same thing. Honestly,
It
it
was
didn't
totally the
Epic
same thing.
Games, the
Yeah.
Epic Games company who makes Fortnite is the one who's designed that for Disney and did all
Really?
the animatics and coding for
The
it.
gun was cool that you could pick it up and actually move it
The
around. But other than that, like the targets and everything felt the same.
Also, the photos at the end were pretty cool. I would like to say that I beat RJ and Bella once again on this, just so the world knows. I also beat them in Toy Story Mania as well. So, good days
She
for
lives
me.
for this. Monica.
Yes, I am. Okay, so one thing that I really like about their photos now is that on their photo pass for the thing, it shows you the score of the player and like who was sitting
That's
where and
awesome.
what their
So you
score was.
can show receipts for if you actually
Oh
did get
yeah,
what you said
absolutely.
you
So like a lot of times in Toy Story Mania, you're like quickly taking a picture of the screen and
Mhm.
stuff. This is already so you can do it like as the partner, or you can do it like individually. And then
Oh,
so
that's
mine
cool.
was 576,960,
Hey,
and
look at
RJ's
you.
was 384,980. Right there, there's his score. So, but
RJ.
anyways, I did think that was cool. It was much easier to hit
Failure.
the targets than what it
Yeah.
had been in the past. But just
Yeah.
like not my though. Okay, the line for that was we waited for that one for Saturday. It was hot. You're in Tomorrowland, Tomorrow World, whatever that area is called. That's my
Tomorrowland.
least.
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland is my least favorite land at Magic Kingdom.
Oh,
They
really?
have Space Mountain, like that's really cool, but
Mhm.
like there is no trees, no real trees. They have metal trees.
Yeah.
And
They have
like
metal
it's
trees.
hot. It's so hot over
It
there.
is always hot there.
And so we waited 45 minutes, mostly outside for that ride. And I told RJ, I was like, I want out of this land. I don't want to be in this land anymore.
I love the
Yeah.
design of
Eh.
Tomorrowland, but it's not very functional, is it?
No, it's
No,
not. Put
it's
some real trees
like over the
there.
winter it's fine, but over the summer it is brutal hot. And like even that cool area, that restaurant in the middle of it is just too hot. And then even the People Mover this time around was just so brutally hot. Like
You
when we
didn't
were
get broken
riding
down
it.
on it?
No, unfortunately not.
thought we were
Okay,
at
so
one
that
point,
was
but we
pretty much
didn't.
the same. Big Thunder Mountain was
So good.
Was it
so
good?
good.
Was it less
Yeah.
rattly and more smooth?
Yeah,
So smooth.
okay. That's the disappointing part. If you have kidney stones, you won't lose them on this ride anymore because it was
Dang
too
it.
smooth.
Justin could have used that.
Yeah,
Don't wish
but
kidney
it-
stones upon anybody, I think. Maybe
but
some
it
people.
was,
I'm just kidding.
but it was much smoother. Like I was actually really impressed with how smooth it felt. The line queue is ridiculously hot, like Jessalyn said earlier, but
Yeah.
the ride itself
Have like the
was
interactive
so
parts of the
smooth and
queue
enjoyable.
been fixed?
They're the
'Cause
same.
they used to be
Yep, they
games.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Perfect. 'Cause
yeah,
they
they
used to
all
never
work and they're fun. Yeah, they were great.
That ride is so good. We rode that one
is
twice.
great.
We rode it on Saturday on Tuesday, our first day. And then on Saturday, like we had this plan of what is yours? What are your, I'm going to be disappointed if we don't do it. And Big Thunder Mountain was mine. And so that's when we got that picture of us, but it was
Mhm.
so good. It was good.
Is the lift hill still really loud in the beginning?
Yes. I think it's
Yeah,
louder
I feel like it is.
than normal.
Really?
Yeah.
It's probably because
I
they
feel
play
like-
music now. They play music for the Rainbow Caverns, and then it goes,
Yeah.
bah.
I do feel like they need to do the same sort of renovation now to Space Mountain that they
They
did
have
to Big
to,
Thunder.
please.
It's brutal. It's gotten brutal.
Dude,
to where
my
it
back
hurt
literally
to ride.
popped on that ride. Like we go
I
one
do
jerk,
love
I'm like,
it in that
oh,
sense,
what
though.
is that?
I do kind of like Space Mountain like that. It's like, oh, and then you have to like remember how to walk and stand after
Yeah.
you ride
Yeah.
it.
That ride is just getting worse every time I ride it. I love the ride, but I can't stand riding it.
It should have to have a renovation soon, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
If
it's
Big
been
Thunder
a
Mountain just had
while that it
its.
hasn't been closed. So they'll probably wait to do that renovation until they open some of those new lands, though. I can
Probably.
imagine that's
It's
when
like,
they'll
let's
start
take the
doing the
steam off,
updates
because
and
Big Thunder-
renovations on
or
some of
Space
those.
Mountain's really popular.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
Space Mountain.
exactly. All right, let's talk about Rock and Roller Coaster with the Muppets now. We had some disappointing news with this.
I know. I heard
The-
about your first disappointing thing.
So we were going to do the rider swap because Bella, this is one of the rides she's still not tall enough for. So we tried to measure her and get her in, and she wasn't going to be able to ride it. And so Jessalyn was going to ride it first. I was going to ride it second. And then we found out that the pre-show, while she was in line, the pre-show was down. And so they were
It's one of
bypassing
the
the
best
pre-show.
parts.
I was like, that's the only real reason
so
that I wanted
now
to ride
they
it
do
was
have
to
a
see
B
the...
mode. They do have a B
Okay.
mode now for Scooter because that's what breaks, because that's the only really moving part is
Yeah.
the Scooter animatronic. They now have a little screen that'll flip around when he needs to talk.
Oh,
So-
gotcha. Yeah, so Jessalyn had to bypass that whole room, which was disappointing. And so at that point, we were just like, I didn't want to ride it. I was like, I don't care much about the ride. The ride has always been rough to me, and it kind of makes me a little bit dizzy afterwards. I just wanted to see the pre-show. And if the pre-show was going to be out, I was like, I'm good. Like, I don't need to ride this
Listen,
today.
Noah,
So Jessalyn
we
wrote it.
had-
What did you think about it?
The merchandise though looks great.
The
Oh,
merchandise
it
is
was.
pretty cool. Yeah, the merchandise is pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to get
I
one
regret,
thing. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah. Oh, whatever, Noah. We're never gonna get more than one thing. Come on, Noah. Anyways,
I thought I'd be able to
Um,
sneak it past y'all and just be like, I'll only get one thing.
I will say that, we had rope drop early park access that morning. And so we had decided that was the one that we were going to rope drop. And like as RJ said, we get up there and it was so weird because it's like people who they weren't letting on the line yet, they started lining them up at the sidewalk at Rosie's.
Oh.
So where the food across from Beauty and the Beast. So they had to line up on the sidewalk and they had them there. People who were resort guests could go ahead and walk underneath the car, the upside down car. And then they roped you off at the entrance of the ride and they made you wait. And then when the queue started moving, you walked to the back lot behind Tower of Terror where the queue actually started. There were 3 lines of the queues. So they had just let us go. And I wasn't paying attention to what RJ and Bella were doing. I was just thinking, I got to get to this line. And so RJ pulled Bella aside to see if she was even tall enough. She wasn't. We got the rider swap set up. I get in the queue and we're in that 3-line queue. I waited there maybe 30 minutes by the time I get to the actual entrance of Rock and Roller Coaster. And then I looked and I was like, I told the customer, I was like, I'm a single rider. Can I just jump in the single rider line or do I need to stand in the standby queue? They're like, no, single rider, go to single rider. So then I go over to single rider and my single rider line is not moving. Like the standby queue is moving, but the single rider line. Anyways, long story short, I embraced another Cindy habit and I made a friend with someone in line who was from Korea and China, maybe. And she's like traveling the world by herself. And anyways, she ended up doing a couple of rides with us and she wanted to take a picture with me.
Amazing.
And all the things.
Oh, that's so sweet. It's just
She
like our,
was so
our cast member
sweet.
friend we met in Dinosaur.
Yes.
If you're
Yes,
listening,
yes.
we remember you.
Yes.
Obs of Disney. She's on TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so anyways, by the time I get to the line, this ride has stopped and gone several times because people keep throwing up when they get off the ride. And so they
Yeah.
have to close the whole ride down,
awesome.
because they have to clean it
Mhm.
up. So an hour and a half later, I still have not passed the original people. I'm getting ready to get in the cart. I still have not passed the original people who were in line with me. And RJ and Bella's off having fun at Hollywood Studios. And I'm like, I'm still not on the ride yet, texting them. Then it comes my turn to get in the cart. I look over, so I'm in single rider line, and then you have regular standby. I look over at the people at standby. It was the people who were waiting in the original line for me. We ended up getting on the same cart anyways.
Oh my
it
gosh,
didn't
that's
even matter.
hilarious.
But
Yeah.
the ride itself was cool. The decor was cool. The wait was a little miserable because we didn't get the pre-show in.
Yeah.
And so many people kept getting sick. Someone got sick on the coaster in front of me. So when my coaster pulled up, there was like throw up all over the floor, and the cast members were helping us get out of the car and walk around the throw up. And I'm thinking, I'm getting another free pair of shoes today. That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Get another pair of good Crocs.
Yes. But the ride itself, I always complain that Rock and Roller Coaster makes my head hurt. And I don't know if maybe I just was bracing correctly this time or if they changed something while they were remodeling it, but I didn't have a headache this time. I thought it was great. The music is great. I love that feel.
What song did you get again? I know you texted me, but I can't remember.
Ready to Rock, Def Leppard, maybe?
Oh yeah, Def Leppard. You did say that. Yeah.
But it was great.
I love the Muppets.
It was great.
They're so funny.
I loved it. It was a long wait though, so RJ was like, I don't want to, wait, because he was going to have to wait just as long because that ride kept stopping and stopping over and over. I would have been through it a lot faster if it didn't not break down, but stop so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, while she did that, Bella and I ran and rode Toy Story Mania, and then we went to that little movie thing, and we met Ariel in that little like museum off to the side by that right across from the Mickey and Minnie meet and greet with Sorcerer Mickey.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about now. I was kind of confused and I was like, what?
Yeah.
But did you see the new Disney history of Disney animation building that's about to open up? It's looking really cool.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. I have that on my list. We're in overtime now. We're just over an hour. Are you guys all good? We're good to keep going. Yeah.
I'm good if Noah's good.
I'm good. I was just waiting to
Okay.
see what Jess was saying because she was pausing for a while.
Well, I have all my merchandise sitting right here, and I took me a long time to gather it up. So I'd like to just let's just knock it out. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Soaring Across America. I love the overlay. I thought it was great.
I haven't seen it yet.
I love
I
the
don't want to spoil
pre-show.
it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
The
spoil it for him.
pre-show was funny. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but the pre-show is
And
pretty
these little
funny.
beauties.
Like I can't wait for you to see the pre-show. And then like
What was
the
fun
actual
for RJ and I is while we were waiting in line, we were like, okay, what are we going to see? So we made a list of the places we thought it was going to be. And then we got to see during the ride if it was true or not. So that was,
Yeah.
it was great. It was so good.
Yeah, we liked it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, Noah, because I think it'll be fun.
Thank
All
you.
right, let's talk about the new animation courtyard at
That looks
Hollywood
really cool. I've seen
Studios.
videos. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah. So the new animation courtyard is at Hollywood Studios, and they've got a Disney Junior show as in that section as well. That was really super cool. I liked it a lot. The animation courtyard to me felt a little bit overwhelming. Like there was so many cool character meet and greets. Like you could play
Yeah.
with Pluto, you could play with Stitch,
On
you could
Pluto's
play
corner,
with
I hear.
Mulan, you could
Pluto's
play
on
with
Pluto's corner.
Rapunzel. Like you could literally sit there and play for hours with these characters out there.
That's good.
And it's awesome. But there's so many of them out there, like Chip and Dale, Stitch, Rapunzel, Pluto, Mulan. Like there were all of those
Goofy.
characters out at the same time. Goofy, there was
Donald
sometimes
Duck.
Donald.
Wow.
Like there were all out there like in rotations at the same exact time. And each grassy area had a different character with a different game or something that they were doing with the kids. But it was so packed in that one corner that it almost felt like, please take away some of these characters and
Yeah.
like make it a little bit less because it felt overwhelming. But still, Bella could not stop. And then like the middle, like Ramada area had like a bunch of fans and benches for parents if they wanted to sit. But Bella had the time of her life. She played with Pluto for like a good 20 minutes before.
That seems
The
like a
only
good place
thing
where you
that-
can just sit down. You know,
Yeah,
and just
it's
watch.
great. Now, Bella has been very spoiled over the years of just this like Disney magic kid. All this like lucky stuff happens to her. And so she thinks that like all the characters are going to spend just a lot of quality one-on-one time with her. And so we have to like, that's the only thing that stresses me out in those scenarios. I'm like, okay, Bella, we got to let Pluto play with other kids, you know, like because he would walk away and she would just run up to him and grab his hand. I'm like, we got to, come on, we got to let Pluto play with other people. But Mulan at one point did just grab Bella and walk around the courtyard with her. So that was nice.
Yeah,
Bella needs
was really
that.
cool.
She needs that one-on-one time.
Animation Courtyard, awesome. I can't wait for the rest of it to open, the animation experience to open.
Yeah, that looks cool. There's
'cause
gonna
I
be
think
like
that's
3
gonna be
meet and
cool.
greets
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a
Alright,
play place.
Bluey and Bingo were awesome. So they are, there is a problem that I had with it, and that is that when you're in the line to go and actually play with Bluey and Bingo, the kids can see all the other kids that are actually in the area playing
You're
with Bluey
like
and Bingo.
in a corral. You're like in 3 different corrals.
Just like waiting, watching
Just
them,
waiting. Yes.
Yeah,
That
and
is kinda
that's
awkward.
hard for kids because like the
It's
kids
also
are like, why
awkward.
can't I
Yeah.
go in there and play with Bluey and
Just
Bingo?
like, let's all watch them play with the
Yes.
character. Like,
Yeah. And so it's like, I think that they should like block it off with a wall or something so that the kids can't see it until
and
they're
now
actually
you
in
can
there, like
walk
they do
around the
character meet
exhibit
and
that
greets.
has the mini kangaroos.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you
well,
can walk
okay,
in there
they,
now?
You can walk in there now, is from what I've seen.
Okay, well, we'll
looks
talk
scary.
about
They were
that too.
training for it. Yeah, when we were there.
Yeah, I'm scared. I mean, I kind of want to do it because I'm scared. Kangaroos are scary.
I don't think you can
Scariest
walk in
animal.
there yet. But anyway,
can't-
so like when they actually did the character meet and greet time, it's like a whole like, so they have cast members that are in there playing games with the kids, and they do like the asparagus, the xylophone, they do like the keepy uppy games, and then they have Bluey and Bingo, and then some of the cast members just running around playing with the kids. Bella had the time of her life, and we've got
That's
it
good.
mic'd up, and so it was just a lot of fun. It's worth the wait, in my opinion. I think it was a blast. If your kid likes Bluey, do it 100%.
The whole experience, even like the train going up, they have
I love the train.
Steve Irwin's son, Robert Irwin, or whatever his name, whatever, never mind. So he's
One of the
like,
Irwins.
yeah,
Yeah.
Crocodile Hunter's son. He
Yeah.
is like, talking about animals. You get go behind the scene of the safari and like things like that's really cool. That was our first time on the train. I'm sure Noah, you've done it before, but um, uh. Just they have it decorated. They have all these like things from the Bluey show there. So it just like it's like the hype, like they
Mhm.
do
Yeah.
that really
You're
well.
about to
So
see the Bluey. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then when
Bluey's
you get there, it was
considered
cool.
right now a rare character. Like
Mhm,
he's just
yeah.
not. She's not everywhere. So yeah.
And then they had the little exhibits with the like snakes and tarantulas and stuff like that in the back. And then they did have the wallaby kangaroo section. Now
I love wallabies. They're so
they said
cool.
that they haven't opened it up to when we were there, that they hadn't opened it up to guests, that they're waiting on the kangaroos and wallabies to be comfortable with people. And they were actually doing a test while we were right there. So we got to watch them do the test where they had cast members just dress up in plain clothes and go take pictures and walk around that enclosure
Yeah,
and
maybe
just see
that's
how
what I
the
saw
kangaroos
then. It was
were
just the like
reacting.
pictures of them training.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I'd
so
be
they said
scared to
that
meet a little
it's going to
kangaroo.
take a while to make sure that those all feel comfortable. And they're testing it in different scenarios. Like what happens if a kid runs up to one of them, and doesn't stay
Mhm.
on the actual designated path? Like how are they going to handle that? So there's like we were like how long until they open it up for guests to start walking through this with and they're like, whenever the kangaroos and wallabies are ready for that, like we're not going to rush it. We're going to keep testing it daily, every hour, and see how they do with it. And so, it was cool though. I really loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun,
Yeah, I don't
and
regret
that
doing it
whole
at
little
all.
section. Yeah, I think
We
if
are
your kid
Bluey
loves Blue
people
and
though.
Bingo,
Yeah.
definitely
Really.
do it. So, okay, and then now let's talk about food and merch. Let's talk about food first, and then we'll do our merch because that's our
Was there
last
much new food?
section.
I just want to hear
Um,
about the Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets.
Listen, you need to be so proud of RJ. RJ tried a new dish everywhere we went, everywhere. And RJ is a
Wow.
creature of habit. Like, I mean, he
Yeah.
orders the same thing at any place we go to. But he, on this trip, tried new things, and we are very proud of him. And he has
We're
some new
proud of
favorite
you,
dishes
RJ.
now. Yeah.
Okay,
Good
so
job,
there were a
RJ.
lot. I did a lot of chicken sandwiches this time for some reason,
He
and
doesn't like
every
chicken.
single one of them were excellent except for one. And that's there's one park that stands above all the rest as having the absolute worst food out of any Disney park I've been to, and that is Hollywood Studios. I have not found any food that I just love at Hollywood Studios.
I found
At
one
Animal
thing that I loved. Two things that I ended up loving. Snacks that I ended up loving at Hollywood
Ooh,
Studios this
enlighten
year.
us, Jessalyn.
But like meals, no.
Not
Like I
meals,
haven't.
snacks.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
everything at Hollywood Studios. Backlot. I love Backlot so much.
Blech.
I love Docking Bay. I love Ronto Wraps. Everything. I
Yeah.
just love everything there. Oga's Cantina, the cotton candy thing I got.
That's a snack, though. That's not a dinner.
Yeah.
It
Like
could be
we're
a dinner.
talking
Hey,
dinners or
I
lunches,
only eat
quick
one of them
service
when we go.
or
If I eat like 2 or
restaurants.
3, that's dinner.
No, you cannot make that jelly thing a dinner. You eat all the time.
Okay,
It has
so
dried fruit. Dried fruit can be dinner.
we tried sci-fi at Hollywood Studios, and
Oh yeah, how
like
was that? Wasn't that cool?
we've heard
Oh,
that was awesome and well done and changed, and it was the worst meal I think I've ever had.
Do
but
Like
it's a
not
cool
my
go.
atmosphere.
chicken.
It's a cool atmosphere though.
Yeah, no, I felt uncomfortable in that place.
Oh
Like I
really?
just like the complaints are true. Even with the lights in the car, I couldn't see the menu. I had to turn on my flashlight on my phone to be able to see the menu to be able to order it. And
You're
that's not
old.
just from being old. No, it's just dark in there. And
I
then the
loved it.
movies weren't great, and then it was super tight in those booths. Now I'm a little bigger, so it was a little tight in those booths for me. And then like it just wasn't good food. Like I really, really, really wanted to love it, and I absolutely hated it.
I love the atmosphere at that place. I went when I was a kid for Star Wars weekends, and
Yeah.
I just love the old timey stuff. But that's just because I like old stuff.
Yeah. I don't think I would ever go back there. Ever.
Yeah.
So that's just my
I
There might
mean,
be a
like
reason we
it
haven't
just
gone
it
back.
just felt like a quick service that they charged for a dine-in price.
Yeah.
Like all
Yeah,
your
that I think that
All
would,
your
I would
food
agree
was
with that.
quick service food. I mean, they brought us out ranch dressing, and you could tell they just squeezed it from a bottle. It was hot. Like, the ranch was hot.
Mm.
It was just not good.
Yeah. And we spent like $21 or $26 on a chicken sandwich or something like that.
My
It was
word.
like I could get this better like at any of the other quick service stands, like, and that was how bad that chicken sandwich was. Like, I was pulling out pieces that were just chewy and you couldn't chew them, parts of the chicken. It was horrible. But we did have some good restaurant. Okay, so talk about your quick service or your snacks that you enjoyed, Jessalyn.
Okay,
that you tried
Noah,
for
are
the
you
first
ready
time.
for this? I texted you about one of them because I couldn't wait to tell you about it. But I got the Pog Gelato from Hollywood Studios. It was so good. So the Pog juice, which is the juice you can get at like Ohana,
Polynesian. Yeah.
for breakfast, so good. Gelato, ice cream. It was amazing.
That sounds
So
awesome. It's
good.
refreshing. It's cold.
Yes.
It's creamy.
Yes. Highly recommend you get that. And then on one day, while Bella and I were riding Star Tours, because RJ can't ride Star Tours, he went and got us these mini churros that were topped with candied bacon and a sriracha sauce. And it sounds like a weird combination. It was the best thing I have
my
ever
word.
eaten.
It was
It was
so
so
stinking
good.
That sounds
It was so
awesome.
good.
Yeah, it's
And you
just
can get it
outside of
from
Star
that-
Tours where the old Muppets section
Uh-huh.
was. Like,
Yeah.
there's that little like food
Yeah.
like booth, and that's where they were. And it sounds nasty. It's a weird combo when you first put it in your mouth, but like once you start eating it, it's like, oh, this is really good. So
That
we
does
really
sound
thoroughly
good,
enjoyed that.
actually. I like
Yeah.
the sound of that. But that
And
gelato,
then
the
the gelato.
Pog juice, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
You
about
have to
that.
try it. You have to try it. It's so good. It's in the little stand across from Sci-Fi, literally across from Sci-Fi.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so good. So we did that, and then we did a lot of our staples, like we ate at what is that place called at Epcot? The big
Connections?
Connections Eatery.
Connections, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the pizza there. I like the pizza
I've
there
heard-
better
I've heard
than
that
Via
from a lot of
Napoli.
people.
It's so good. But RJ had like a chicken sandwich there that he really liked, so he tried
Oh
a
my
lot of new
word.
things.
That was so good. Like the Connections Eatery chicken sandwich, I was actually pleasantly surprised. Jessalyn had a magical moment there too, because we went
Ooh,
to
what was your
Starbucks in
magical
the
moment?
morning and they actually gave her a free coffee for her anniversary button.
Aww,
Yeah,
that's
it was,
nice.
and it was our
Yes.
anniversary Sunday, our anniversary day, anniversary Sunday. You can tell I have worked in ministry in years past. It was our anniversary day, and
And they actually
I
gave it to
guess
you
I
on your
was just
anniversary?
happy. I don't know. She was like, "Happy anniversary!" I was like, "Thank you," and she goes, "Coffee's on us." I was like,
Aw,
Okay.
that's so sweet.
"Oh!"
Yeah, so that
and
was-
then I got this croissant donut from the Starbucks at Epcot.
Mhm.
I am still thinking about that donut.
Really?
It
That
was so
the
good. Yeah.
best thing I have ever had, along with the candied churros and the Pog
Okay.
Gelato. So good.
You had a lot of
we're
good
trying to
snacks
move
this
through
time.
this. So the next one we tried was on a whim on the water park night, and that was when we went to Wilderness Lodge.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we went to
Oh,
what
yeah,
is that
Whispering
restaurant
Canyon.
called? Whispering Canyon. Okay, Noah and his dad, we called them. We're like, hey, we've got a discount for APs and for Whispering Canyon. And what do you think about this place? Have you ever been? And they're like, yes, you got to go. It's like a comedy type dinner. Like if you like corny jokes like I do, then it's going to be your favorite thing ever.
Mhm.
And so like, it's just one of those dinners where like when you sit down, the first time the waiter came up to us, he threw the napkins and the straws on the table, like just picked them up out of his apron and just threw them like, and they just landed towards the middle of the table. And then like when I asked for a refill on my drink, like I started out with like a small little cup, and then they went to like this large like jar of a soda, like, and they kept
Like
like
at
upgrading
50s prime
it.
time?
Yeah, so it was
it's
like
a lot like 50s Prime Time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I feel
like
like
they
they're
kept
a little better about the comedy at Whispering Canyon than at
I
50s
think
Prime Time.
so. Like I felt like I enjoyed it, but it was different comedy. Like it was still fun though. But like the guy next to us at the other table had like a almost pitcher jar full of soda that he was drinking out of. So that sort of stuff was super fun. The table next to us asked for one ticket for their whole table, but they had like 5 families, and the waitress comes out and she has like probably 100 bill like tickets that she had printed, and she literally goes, "Is this your ticket?" and then put it down in front of the lady, and she went through every single one and was just handing it to her. "Is this your ticket?" Oh man, I can't get this right, like. And she had another guy who's like holding this train of receipts behind her, and it was hilarious. Or like Bella's favorite part of that was when they did the ketchup thing. So if you ask for ketchup at the table, which the waiter encouraged us to do, he yells out to the whole restaurant, "We need ketchup!" And then we had to yell it out too. So we're like, "We need ketchup!" And then every table that had ketchup would bring us all of their ketchup. So we had like probably 20 ketchup bottles at our table.
It's great. It's so
And then the
fun.
next time somebody needed ketchup, we took all those ketchup bottles to them. And then there was one other thing. Oh, we had to do the hokey pokey.
Because it was our anniversary.
That's great.
Yeah, so in front of the whole restaurant, anybody who had
Turn
some sort of
yourself
special
around.
event that they were there for
I can't
had to do
spit.
the hokey pokey at the same time, and it was so funny. It was
Well,
honestly
one of my favorite moments was when Bella didn't eat any of her green beans, which just reminds us of the time that we went as a family, Noah, and Nanny didn't eat her green beans. And the waiter brought RJ and I a cupcake for our anniversary, but he didn't bring Bella one, and she was there celebrating her graduation or whatever. And she was like, "Where's my cupcake?" And he was like, "If you eat your green beans, I'll bring you your own cupcake." And she said, "I can share."
That's such a valid thing to say.
So that restaurant experience was probably our most fun experience that we had, that we just did on a whim. Like, we had not planned it. We got a reservation the same day, like a couple hours before we went, and it was super fun. And then the last one we did that I was pleasantly surprised by, and Jessalyn can talk about this, is Crystal Palace. Oh my word.
I wanted to do
Excellent.
Crystal Palace so badly. I have heard nothing but good things about it, specifically from my brother Jared, who we've had on the podcast a lot, and also from Cindy, your mom, Noah, talks
I love the
about
Crystal
how
Palace.
Crystal
It's so
Palace.
cool.
And we know the Crystal Palace has this special dish right now for breakfast. It's called the Churro Mickey Waffles. And I was like, I want some Churro Mickey Waffles. And so I told RJ, this is what I want to do on this trip. So we booked it. We got a breakfast, and it's to meet Winnie the Pooh and his friends. And it was the coolest. It was
Aren't they awesome?
I don't know. I have no regrets. And I would tell
It's a great
people a
restaurant.
billion times to do that for breakfast. It's a
And
cool
somehow
meet and
it
greet.
stays cool the entire day.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
it doesn't get hot, even though it's made
We
out of
got
glass.
great seats. We were sitting right by the entrance of
Adventureland. We could see inside
Adventureland.
Adventureland entrance.
Yeah, and so like that's perfect for us. And you're right there by the castle as well. The food was great. It's all you can eat. Characters came by really quickly. We had heard to wait 90 minutes. We were there for like less than an hour, I felt like.
And we had
Just
met all
totally
everybody.
great experience. Would
Yeah,
totally
it's awesome.
recommend.
And
Yeah.
at one time, Bella had to go to the bathroom, and we were nervous we were going to miss the characters. And Piglet came up, and we just asked, like, can Piglet come back? And they made it an effort to bring Piglet back so that Bella could meet Piglet, which I thought was really cool as well.
That is
But
awesome.
the restaurant was great. We did it for breakfast. I know it's more expensive for lunch and dinner. So breakfast is the way to go if you're going to do that. And the breakfast buffet was phenomenal. Like, I was so full the rest of the day, I didn't even want to eat lunch. Like,
Yeah.
it was so good.
RJ
I
asked
really enjoyed
for
that. And
hot sauce, and they gave him like these miniature bottles of hot sauce.
Yeah, they're like this big. I have one.
Did you use an
somewhere, and I
entire one at a time?
Yeah, I did.
They gave him like
And so,
4, and he kept one of them. So,
all right, let's talk about Disney merch now.
all right, no, this is your
I got
time.
a few things.
I love merch. It's my one favorite thing.
Yeah.
If I could boil down to what I love in life to one thing, it would probably be merchandise and shopping for merchandise at Disney World.
Okay,
So
RJ, do you want to trade off and on? You go first. I go.
yeah,
Okay.
The first thing I got was Jared got me this on one of his trips for my birthday, and I thought that this was super cool. Jared's been on the podcast before and is my brother-in-law. But he got me this little monorail that holds Pez dispensers, and so I just found these 4 little Pez dispensers,
I
and I
love the
thought that they were
Hatbox Ghost and
cool.
the Figment. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, so
But
I
what
got
was
these
fun
little Pez
about
dispensers.
that was a fun thing because, like, they are kind of hard to find in the parks, and we
Yeah.
wanted like specific ones. We didn't just want
Mhm.
any Pez dispenser.
Yeah, just
So that
generic
was
one,
like
yeah.
a fun like scavenger
Mhm.
hunt, like looking
And
for
they're not
Pez dispensers.
expensive. They're like
No, no,
10
not at
bucks,
all.
15 bucks.
right.
I'm going to show you one of Bella's things that she has here. We got into mystery boxes on this trip. RJ can tell you more about his mystery box, but she's in her Grogu phase, and so this was her Grogu mystery box, and she got the Grogu holding the frogs
Oh,
there.
the little
So
frog.
that's her little statue there. So that was one of Bella's gifts.
Love
Why don't you
Grogu
show
and his
all
frog.
of Bella's, or did you not bring the other
Yep,
2
I
in?
got the other one. I didn't bring the shoulder one because I wore that last week, but this is what Bella bought with her own money.
A little stuffy.
It's baby Grogu. She carries in, she feeds him a bottle, and she takes care of him and all those things. And then
Aw.
she
Yeah.
also
Grogu's in good
bought
hands.
from Bluey. It's not a mystery box necessarily, but they have these like collection figures.
Is that
She
Mom?
got Queen Mom,
Yeah, Chili.
and so
Yeah,
Chili.
got it right.
And she's been wanting me to have her lately because, she's so Grogu-ish fan. But that was all, plus her little shoulder thing. That was all of Bella's gifts.
Yeah.
Aw.
The other thing I got that I thought was cool was this sipper.
That's a cool
And
sipper.
it's got Grogu on the back of it, but it's a Mandalorian jetpack. And what's really cool about this one is a lot of the sippers, they like, don't drink out of this. It's going to
Yeah.
end up ruining it. But this one, the drink canister like pops out
That's
of
so
it.
awesome.
And it's got like the sipper part of it like that, but
It's like a Camelback.
it's like a
Camel
yeah,
pack.
but this is like dishwasher safe and removable, and so I think that that's super super cool.
Did you use
and
it?
like
Were you
no,
walking
I
around
didn't.
wearing it?
No, I didn't. But
Oh,
like
I
that's
would've.
just so cool. Like
That is
the
very
launch,
cool.
the way that it launches, and Grogu is just awesome on that. Like having that
They
on
did
there.
great with popcorn rods
So
because you also got me the BDX droid popcorn bucket, but that is in
yeah.
transit right now.
Yeah. So that was super cool. So we did get Noah the BDX popcorn
That one's
bucket
so
as
cool.
well.
I love
I
the
almost
BDX
got one
droid
for
so much.
myself because I liked it, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
Because Noah's going to get us the Sam Regal Eagle one.
Yes.
Okay. All right. One of the next things I bought is, even though I'm a teacher, I got a new position this year, and I will not be in the classroom. I'll be more working in the office as the full-time student service person. So I needed a new
That's so
lanyard
sad.
that wasn't like pencil because I'm not necessarily a teacher. So I found these cool like lanyards at Disney, and they have these things where you can pull down for your
Ooh.
keys. And that's nice for me because we have security doors on all of our doors. So as I'm walking around campus a lot, I can wear it and just do that. But it has my Disney one. This was like a very small thing that I bought, but I like to always buy things
Very
for
useful.
very
Very useful
useful,
and
but
Disney.
like, yeah, Disney. At least one thing that I can use at school for Disney. So that was my school thing. And then I'm going to do one more, RJ, because I brought home a little bit more than what you did. Yeah. I got me and
Oh,
your
yeah.
mom this coffee mug here. And right now you see it and it's blue-ish, but it changes colors when you put a hot drink inside of it. So when you put coffee inside of it, it like completely changes. It's fully colorful. It is really, really cool.
That's
I love
cool.
this cup. And so this was my coffee cup of the trip.
One of the other little things that I like to collect magnets because I've got a little fridge in my office. And so I got this little Animal Kingdom magnet from the trip. And then we also got a new annual pass holder magnet, which is a Woody and Buzz magnet.
I'm so jealous you guys weren't able to get the Muppet one that's coming out.
Oh, yeah. You'll have to take our annual pass and my ID,
What?
and I
Oh,
won't
wait.
drive for a week, and you can
Peeper
get
might
my...
be able to get one.
Peeper he can get
We-
two.
we-
One for
we
him,
can-
one for
he gets
Ethan.
We
And
can
one for
trade him a
me.
Toy Story one, and then for a one of those. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
um, Yeah, go ahead, Jessalyn.
Those are
Okay,
great.
I got 2 shirts on this trip. I was still an annual pass holder, so I got the Disney annual pass merch there. And then one of my favorite shirts, which I don't know if I need to fully explain why this is my favorite shirt, but it's my Florida shirt. So I love I
That
love
is a
that shirt
Taylor
a
Swift
lot.
reference. I now
It
know
is.
that. I now
One of
know
the
that.
we really wanted to get, well, I did. I wanted to get the Corksicle annual pass holder cup, and they were sold out of them
Aw.
everywhere. And then the annual pass holder popcorn bucket, I really wanted to get that one as well, but they were sold out of those too. And we checked at every park and at Disney Springs. I even went to Disney Springs one night by myself just to see if they had it. They had sold out the hour before I went. So like it was like devastating that we tried to get those. Jessalyn, do you have another one? I only have one left.
I have one left.
Okay, so perfect. I'm going to talk about these then. All right,
Okay.
so I got really into mystery boxes, and the mystery boxes that I decided to collect because I wanted to collect them in January, but they were sold out of them, is the trash cans. So like there's these little mystery box trash
Every
cans,
time someone
and
says
they
trash can
come
like that, I think of Forky from Toy Story 4. Trash? I'm trash.
So they come in these little boxes, but you don't know which one you're going to get. And on the side, they have the different references, and there's one mystery one, which we know is Figment. So those were the ones that you can get that were common, and then there's one uncommon one, which is a Figment one. Well, I collected them, and I spent way too much money on these things because you could only get 2 at a time, and they were $15 a piece, and we collected a few of them. And so I got a whole trash can collection. Let's see if I can show that all in one go.
We found them all
So yeah, I've
but
got
one.
Mickey, Minnie,
But
Belle,
all but this
Donald,
mystery
and
one.
R2.
I
And
love the
only one
R2-D2
we
one.
didn't get was Figment. And
The
so
R2 and Donald, I think, are my favorite because the Donald with like the yellow on it, that one's cool.
Those were the first 2
and
that
then
we found.
like these are cool. So like the little flaps on them actually go like move, and then you can actually open the little trash can door. Let's see if I can get it open. Yeah. So the little trash can door opens like on the
So you can
inside
put
of
mini
it,
trash
so.
in there. That's like your wrapper trash can.
Yeah.
You just put it on your office,
The-
and like anytime you have trash, you just put it in there.
Yeah, so that was the last thing I got, and I spent way too much money on it, and it's way more addicting than what you think it is. Jessalyn was like, we need to open the next one. It was just so addicting because you're like, I hope we can get the one that we want. And so we got
is
one
very
duplicate, and then we bought one. This one is for a friend who also wants to collect the trash cans and get into that. So we brought him one back so he can start his collection for that. So yeah, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun, and it's super addicting. If you get into mystery boxes,
I love
you're
mystery
gonna be
boxes.
spending a lot of money.
I'm fearful. I'm not. I think
Yeah.
I'll think of other things I would rather spend my money on though. Like I'm like I could take the $15 from that and put it towards a $90 purchase and get a new lightsaber. I think that's how my brain will work.
Yeah, or you could get $90 worth of trash cans. All right, Jessalyn, what's the last thing that you got?
For our anniversary, RJ got me a Kendra Scott necklace. It's a Disney
Ooh.
Kendra Scott necklace. So it
has
has
Minnie
little
on
Minnie
it.
heads around it, and on the back behind the stone, it does say Minnie Mouse there. And
Aw.
so this is my favorite gift. I've been wanting one of these, and I've been saving, or like not necessarily saving, but I'm like, I don't want to buy one until I go to Disney because I knew they had a Disney line. And so annual
Yeah.
pass members got a little extra of a discount on it, and so that was a nice little
Ooh.
thing. I love that. That was my favorite gift that I got on this trip.
All right, this has been a super long episode, and
Yeah, we've
I'm
gone
sure
extra
we
long.
missed a lot of things from this trip, like magical moments that we had and stuff that we will be talking about for the podcast for a while.
And I
on
still
the
can't believe
podcast
you
for a
did
while.
all of that merch and not a single Muppets merch.
I know.
We thought about it.
We thought I
We
wanted a
did.
The Rock and
specifically
Roller
a
Coaster looks
beaker
great.
thing, but there wasn't anything
Love
that was
beaker.
beaker.
He is
know.
on the Limo shirt. I do know.
I
Him
had
and
already bought
Gotcha.
2 shirts. Like I
Mm,
need to
yeah.
calm down.
So
many
we had a
t-shirts.
lot of fun on this trip, but there's going to be a lot of things that we didn't get to discuss. So we will definitely be adding those to episodes where we talk about other Disney related things or Disney park things for sure. So that's going to be coming up in the future. We'll talk about all the chicken sandwiches I tried, I'm sure, too.
How many did you
And we
try? Do
also
you have like a
need
number?
to.
Oh, I don't know. It was a lot.
We also
I
need to
don't know how
talk
many I
about
tried.
one day, not today, but about how you did get the resort cup and how that worked for you.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even get
I
to
heard a
talk
little
about
bit of the
that.
resort cup. I don't think I heard all the details. I might have. I
Yeah,
don't
so-
remember them.
Yeah. We'll talk about that for sure as well. And some other things that we're just going to have that we missed on this. This was a long trip report, and we didn't even cover half of our trip, I don't feel like. So, yeah, definitely had a great trip, and we'll talk about it more for sure. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. If you've listened for the full
it was my
hour and a
pleasure.
half,
I've listened for
it's
the
been
whole hour
awesome.
and a half. Maybe.
It's awesome.
Sometimes.
No, you
and,
were not.
Most of it. I liked all the
so, yeah.
merchandise. I zoned back into that part.
Definitely was a good trip. Thank you so much for hanging out and listening with us tonight or today or this morning or whenever you're listening.
Whenever
to
you're hearing this, I'm gonna be at Disney
yeah.
World. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. So, and then we'll have to talk about Noah's trip and what he thought about everything.
Exactly.
And
I
so,
get 3 days to do everything they just said.
yes, and we are going to have some other episodes in between. So Noah's going to be on next week. We'll maybe see if we can get a guest on.
It'll be so boring.
to
It'll be.
talk
It
about-
won't be the same episode. It won't. You know how it is.
to talk about different things going on. So yeah, definitely excited about that. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode. I really appreciate you hanging out and listening with us. And now we are not going to switch to the same pre-recorded message we played last week.
And I'm going to pay that price because it's expensive to go to Disney World.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our show. Before you go, please don't forget to gather your belongings and head over to our email at carouselpod@gmail.com to ask us your questions. Oh, and wouldn't you believe it? You can now bring the magical sense of vacation right into your home. Check out the Magic Candle Company and use our exclusive link with the code CarouselPod at checkout to get 15% off your order. And don't forget, we're here to help you plan your future Disney trips. Just send us a message at rj@famvia.com. Until next time, we'll see you in a great, big, beautiful week.